Welcome y'all to another one guided tour. We're looking at puzzle 389, the 9x9 release this very evening. Let's load her up and get started. Now lately I've been trying to clarify some of my talk about quartering a puzzle to decide where to play. I mean, obviously it's the southeast and we got a partial baseline here in the C8, but let's dissect that a bit and talk about topography and segmentation. Just look at the vertical segments in this puzzle, going down from, or up from R9. This is a 1 length, and this is a 2, and this is a 3, and this is a 4, and this is a 5, and this is what I mean by staggered segmentation, and you can just see it. You don't have to count it. You can see it. So anything that sees along those segments might end up turning into a baseline. And I don't... We'll see what we end up with there. I know there's one prominent baseline in the solve that we're going to get to, but we're going to start with this partial, and I'll explain a little bit more about baselines as we go. But look for videos 379 and videos 9, and I guess yesterday 388 for more info. So starting with C8. This square here could be 1, 2, or 4, right? But it has to be 4, and you know it has to be 4 because this square can only be 1. It sees 2 and 3. It's a 3 limit. This square is a 2 limit. And so now this 4 length segment with 1, 2, and 3 gone, it's got to be your 4. And that leaves us a 5, 6, 7, and that's fine. And I like to start with C8 because what it does for C9, it resolves it all. There's a 1 and a 2. There's a 2, a 1, and a 3. And then this one has to be a 3, looking across, 1 and 4. We can clean up these little segments we see here. And we worked on C9, C8, and let's just be progressive here and look at C7. So that's our 1. And let's finish off the side stuff that we see in this particular case. And we can go back. 1, 2, 3, that could be a 4, 5. There's lots of places. So let's move on and look at C5. C5 is our next baseline, and you see that 2, 3, and 4 are gone, and we have some staggering. So let's see how that's going to work out. You can't really tell anything yet until you look at this square here, which must be the 5, because it sees 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it gives you the rest of this line, and that's useful, but it also gives you all of C5 here. Now this 5 limit has to be a 1. This 6 limit has to be a 6. 1 through 6, 8, and 9 are seen, so that's our 7. This is our 8, and there's our 9, and that's how a baseline works. The pool of digits gets smaller as you fill them up in the right order, and everything resolves. So we did that one. Let's go back and see if we can resolve anything with these that we skipped. Let's see. Oops, I did not mean to pause that. I don't see that yet. Let's move forward. There's a 4, there's a 1, there's a 3 and a 2 in this next one. No, that's a 1. No, that's a 1. 1, 2, and 3 over makes this a 4, which makes this 3 and 4. This a 2. 1 and 4 goes up, makes this a 3. And all our 4s go over. That's a 4, that's a 4, that's a 4, making this a 4. And that's a 1 and a 4 as well. We have a lot of 4s gone. What about here? We need a 4. It has to go there. Anything else in that? Yep, we get a 1 out of that. And it leaves us a 5 and a 6. What about this top line if we turn? It needs a 2, which must go there. 5 and 6 remain. Let's turn again. Gotta have a 1. And it has a 3. There's a 5. That was pretty good too. Let's do this end piece. It's the shortest and it resolves 2 and 4. And once we see that, I like to work with this 2 when that's a possibility because, you know, it really speeds up your solve when you only have 2 choices to pick from. Let's see what we got here. 2, 6, 7. Only one place for the 2. 6 and 7 are left. What about this one? Do we have another baseline? I believe we do. That's got to be a 6. That's got to be our 7. That leaves us an 8, and that leaves us a 9. It makes sense if we have a horizontal one. See, that's our 5. What are we left with here? 6 and 7. We can't tell that. That's, here, there we go. That's our 6. That's our 5. That's our 6. That's our 7. That's our 6. That's our 7. We're left with 6 and 5. That has to be like that. And we're left with 8 and a 7. And that's one way to solve 1 up 389. If you look at the topography, you can generally get a good idea of where the best place to start is. Building where there's a preponderance of short segments, vertical and horizontal, that work together. And then using whatever shortcuts you can. Baseline, standard segments. If there's we had rare digits on 4s where there are only a few 4s left, and so we could solve those. Those are the tricks to shortcut the pigeonholing and the more direct row by row, moment by moment search, and let you do the shortcuts. Sorry. It's been a long puzzle day, long puzzle week. I hope this video helped you. If you still have questions, leave a comment. I'll try and help there. Like if you liked it. Hey, share, subscribe, spread the word. We will see you again on another evening. Thanks. Bye.